Is it working? There we go. Oh no. The program's like being weird. Oh wait, did it lose you guys? Oh, I think I lost you guys. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Oh wait, nope, you're here. Alright, cool. They got like
Yay, we were
eerily quiet. I'm like, uh oh.
we're waiting respectfully.
No, no, you're good. You're
Yay.
good. It's last time I was messing with stuff for the subathon, it like kept messing up my sound effects, and it just was like, you know what? You don't get to hear any sounds, and it just like shut everything off on my audio.
Uh-oh.
It was weird.
Um, well, we
Uh,
waited politely off stage to be invited on.
ah, well, I appreciate it. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw my tags, and then we'll get going. But welcome back, everybody. It's been
Yay.
it's been a hot like 5-ish months, 5-6 months. Close enough, 6 months. So rather than what I had planned initially, it's we're just gonna continue off of our like cooldown sesh just to get reacquainted because it's been a minute and yeah. Wait a minute, what the heck? Why is it still saying Payday 2 the Great Heist? They didn't update the thing. Oh my god, it didn't update anything.
Uh-oh.
Of course. Of course. Broznov. I thought I hit update on everything. Stinking Twitch. There. Okay. Well, now that I've fixed that, um, so yeah, let's go ahead and just move on with the recap and go ahead and kind of get started. We are down Seiza, which ironic we actually missed Seiza missed out last session too, but that's
Yeah.
okay. It kind of works. We'll make it work. So we'll just kind of work the recap from there, and when we get Seiza back, we'll get him updated too. But I believe last time, well, last whatever time that was, we were you guys were resolving everything with the Duke, and you got voluntold to join up with his little schemes. And then yeah, after that he pretty much was just like, "All right, cool. Here's your payment for helping me out on this like thing you got involved in, which was helping out with essentially the kid and having them get out, you know, out of
Yeah,
Broznov."
all of that.
All of that, being chased by 100 assassins, um, you know, having to run through the entirety of Broznov like from like the one of the districts all the way to the port, and then surviving being attacked by just an army of assassins essentially. In addition to all the other mess that you guys got yourselves involved in. And then yeah, the Duke of Havoc himself decided to show up and personally commend you guys for all the great work you did, and even compensated you guys, which got you that level, fancy new level, and then pretty much gave you guys a job without your approval. It's like, you guys did great. You're gonna work for me again.
Mm.
Yeah, not sitting well with most people, but it's there's not much for choices in terms of saying no given his power.
No, we really couldn't say no. I mean, I guess we could have, but a lot of people would have ended up dead.
Yeah, it was like as he put it, your fellow goblin friend that you had helped in the mission before, or the tiefling siblings. I think he
Oh
quoted as
right,
well.
this guy's a puppy killer. He wanted to kill the dogs too. That's fucked up.
Yeah, this
He's
guy
a
is
puppy killer.
this guy is not a nice guy.
Yeah.
Go ahead with the transition. There we go. Yeah, this guy pretty much made it a point of just like, well, I need your help on something, and if you don't want to help, I happen to know that you've been very busy around town and can very much hurt the people that you've been helping
Damn.
without actually saying it, as as villains do.
They did.
Yeah, Havoc's not a good guy, but then again, I don't really go around being one of the most wanted criminals in Broznov and have a have a reputation for being nice.
That's true. And we've also seen his face, so either this is gonna work out great for us, or we're gonna be dead at the end because we've seen his face.
Yep. I think it's as who was it that mentioned it? I already lost my notes on it. But someone meant it was one of those instances where it's like even like trying to report him to the Tetsu guard is essentially kind of it's almost pointless to do so because they're either not gonna believe you or they're gonna arrest you for being involved.
I mean, Cora would never suggest this because he's not this underhanded, but there might be other people interested in that information.
This is true. It's the syndicate isn't the only major player in the underground society. You're just, the
Yeah,
biggest
but
one.
Cora definitely got the sketch because he's like, we should show the police. They could help us, right?
Put up
Well,
caricatures of this
keep
man.
it in my pocket.
Yeah. You definitely know his face though. He's a pretty fearless guy when it comes to that. Aside from his otherwise despicable nature. In any case, you're back in your homes or home. That's right. Let me transition you guys over to the rooftop pool with your new decorations, because you guys spruced the place up, if I recall. Rigged up a new trap because knowing that there's just like one of the most dangerous associations, one of the most dangerous gangs keeping tabs on you. A little sense of security might help.
Yeah, they've been watching us. We didn't find any signs of like magical observation in the house, but they've been watching us.
They definitely have been keeping tabs. They have ways. And yeah. But thankfully there's been no signs of like home intrusions as far as you've searched. And hopefully with your new defense, there it'll stay that way.
Or at the very least, we'll know.
hmm
It's not gonna hurt them if they step on them. It's just gonna let us know someone's been in the house.
I believe you guys also met with Tessa as well. Trying to go over like some of
Yeah,
the info there.
Yeah.
Someone want to start us off there?
she brought us curry.
She did. I think it was like a week's worth of food too,
It was
which
a lot.
she made a lot of food. I remember that much. Um, I think I think Akira went through already half of it.
Oh yeah, it's Akira. Of course.
Akira demolished that meal.
Nom, nom.
Um, what else? What else can we add? Or what else am I missing? What did you guys happen to have on hand? It's always good to check back. Let's see. Yeah, dealt with the Shard of Tears. Dealt with the assassins. Right. The actual job. You have a heist.
Yeah, the heist.
Hmm. And that's in the Academia District. Havoc has asked for you guys to break in and steal a particular crown that's on display. And he's given you effectively like a week for you guys to to like plan and prepare. Oh, 1 second. Oh God, sneeze. Anyways, right. You guys have a heist. It's Zanian's Museum of Wonders, an old museum parked out in the middle of the academia, or tucked away, I would say. I don't think you guys got any information on any of that yet, so that's a point of interest that you guys could kind of turn to.
I think we mostly got Zania owes the syndicate big time, and they feel like this crown will be a suitable payment. Um, and that the museum might be guarded by some of the museum pieces, whatever
Ah,
that means.
alrighty. So that's what I gave you. Okay. Um, let's see. I think there was not much else past that. Uh, well, you guys are in your home, so
Yeah, we have the basic layout of the museum, or at least the outside of it, the address and the location for the building.
and you do know that
Checked out.
the crown is gonna be like, it's kind of like oh God, what's the word I'm looking for?
The
It,
new display.
yeah, it's the new display that they're promoting. That's their new
And
thing.
it's the one we stole ages ago.
Yep.
Or, I guess, we didn't really steal it, we reclaimed it.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say that's the case. It's been repossessed, if anything, because it was already stolen. You just took it back, but you didn't give it back to the original owner, technically ish, sorta. I mean, technically you did. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. That's a whole other. Yeah, you did the thing you were paid for, which
The
was
artifact has a questionable history.
Yeah.
I believe Taylor, you had been working on alchemy stuff, or was going to work on alchemy stuff.
Correct. I did have a list of what I wanted, but I seem to have lost it.
Uh
By
oh.
lost it, I mean I
Um,
probably deleted it at some point. But that's okay.
uh-oh.
Okay.
Because I
Um.
think I would actually like to scope out
I can tell you
scope out
what you
the
needed
museum
if
and
that would help you figure out what you wanted to make with it. Let's see. I had a
if
list of stuff
I
we
said
needed.
anything,
Yeah, I have
then
that
yeah.
you. Taylor says that she needs hot peppers, legumes, rhubarb leaves, rose petals, and mistletoe. I don't know
Legumes.
what those things are for, but that's what I have written down.
Oh, okay. Peppers for dragon breath? Is that dragon's breath? Hot pepper, yeah. Could you post those
Yeah,
actually?
I'll put them in the disc. Yeah, I have these in my notes. I wrote them
Hey,
down
Brendo.
because I was like, Corey's gonna grow these in our garden. I need to know because we
Yippee!
bought the seeds so that we could grow them in the garden.
Okay.
Okay. I will have a look through the spells. I kind of remember what some of those did, but not all of them.
Hooray!
I don't know why I remember dragon's breath,
Hurry!
but I do. Oh,
Yeah. And I'm just here to vibe.
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 Of course, he's trying not to panic about the future and failing a little bit.
Tap core. Tap tap tap.
Ow.
Alrighty. You guys are basically just gonna be taking care on that. Um, Taylor, did you need to do an actual like go out and shop for that? Or I guess the better question is was anyone gonna like step out at any for their things?
We could. I mean, we already bought the seeds and planted them last
Ah,
time.
okay,
I think we're finished with our shopping.
man. Alrighty. I guess then really I think most of the options come down to either unless there's like someone you want to check in on, might be worth start looking into that museum, I suppose. Or there is always
Do we want
checking
to?
oh, sorry.
Oh, oh. I was gonna say, do we want to be cheeky and go to the museum?
Hey, you could visit the museum.
I would like to do that at some point.
Yeah. Maybe try to disguise ourselves at least a little bit.
Disguise, you say.
Somebody here has a disguise kit, if I recall correctly.
You recall correctly.
Hooray! I'm trying to see
Hooray.
if there's any spells I could bring that would help. Cleric spells not really usually skewed in that direction.
Time to case the joint. Could also look into who
Ooh,
the Zanian fellow is.
that's true. Well,
What
it might be
dragon? What
nice.
dragon should I disguise myself as?
Which one? Bahamut.
Bahamut.
Nah, bro,
Alright,
go
now
with
a
Tiamat.
black dragon.
Go
Oh,
with
that's true.
Tiamat. Just have like little paper mache or stuffed plush like heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling that it'll be really hard to disguise myself as anything other than a different colored dragon form.
Probably.
Could at least make your appearance probably look difficult to discern that you're a dragonborn.
Peru.
Enough
But
rags
that'll
and
also
cloaks can
draw
make
attention.
you. Eh,
Yeah, but
maybe.
that's but we don't want our disguises to be suspicious. Like a person walks into a museum with like a dark hat and sunglasses on, you're like, wow, that person is suspicious.
Yeah.
It's true. They're just rolling into this nice museum, and there's just like four sketchy looking people just walking around, just like poking around,
You
just
know
like.
what? I think I got it. I think she's gonna do a blue dragonborn.
Hmm.
Ooh, yeah. I think it might be best to go to the museum before we even start our research, just so we can get an idea of what we're looking at, right?
All right.
Give some context to our research for later on. But we should disguise ourselves. How much disguises? That's a word. How many disguises can you do with your disguise kit?
That's a good question.
Probably as many as. Hold on. Let's see. Cosmetic, dye, blah 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 blah.
Suda. We're all red and totally not Carmen and totally not be Carmen San Diego like.
Let's see. Part of Blanca E2 make you. Okay, so it looks like just one.
Also, hi Suna.
You can only carry one such disguise on you at a time without drawing undue attention.
Well, that's on you.
Oh. Yeah,
Can you
I
do
guess it's fine. It
multiple
says take you
people?
1 minute to don on such a disguise. It says as part of a long rest, you could create a disguise.
Oh, just for you though.
Yeah. can't even give me multiple disguise kits. Like,
I don't know about that.
doesn't Kayla have a disguise kit? Maybe.
No,
Damn it.
I'm I'm not that kind of rogue.
Fair, understandable. Have a great day. When the barbarian is the one that has proficiency in disguise tools, as well as having a disguise kit.
Is that because of urchin or something?
Yes.
Is that because of your background?
Yes.
Yeah. I have the smuggler background, so I don't have that.
Oh no, soon as going through FF14 withdrawals. You can make it.
Oh no.
You'll make it.
Yeah, soon.
Soon, TM.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna disguise Core. He's pretty distinctive looking.
Yeah.
Maybe just wear a different outfit.
Hmm.
I think
A different pair of glasses.
A
Oh
different
yeah.
pair of glasses.
I'm gonna take off my glasses, and now I'm like Superman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
could reverse the
unfortunately.
Clark Kent.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can only make one disguise. What's the disguise
Yeah,
kit?
Core will just take off his glasses. He'll probably like brush his hair back into like a little ponytail. And then I'll just wear like my literally like my farmer uniform from work. Like I wear the good one around. I'll wear like the kind of shitty one. Like the spare outfit that is a little sad looking, but it
Yeah.
works. It doesn't have the nice coat.
What does it even use?
Hmm.
Deception cases can prove your ability to
I think I have figured out what spells I needed those materials for.
Yay!
Let's put a roll d20. I don't know what it's
Since you
gonna.
guys are going to the museum,
Because
you may as
apparently this
well
it
prepare
determines.
this.
Right. It's the other one. Okay.
Ooh,
Well, I
there we
guess
go.
I'm just unrecognizable.
Oh,
Dang!
wow.
Indistinguishable.
Even even Core's like, oh, I'm so sorry. How did you get in? Oh, is that you? Akira?
Raphael looks at you from the armor judgingly.
The rat.
Also, because it's funny, the rat is now black.
Different looking rat. Imagine like one of the museum guards is like, wait a minute, like thinks back, sees blue dragonborn, sees black rat. No, different person.
They probably kicked me off if they actually saw the rat, which is why I decided to paint him black. Just so he like.
Just don't let him know you got the rat.
I mean, with a day, I could make a disguise self potion.
I mean, why not, right?
Could do that. Plan the
Or
day
make
out.
them.
True.
Plan out a trip to the library or museum.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking the library.
oh, we should. No, but that's actually we should hit up the library.
A library could help. I mean, it's a museum of various oddities, so maybe they'll have some
I
sort of
some
info.
Yeah, I somehow doubt it's gonna be as easy as that one time in Fire Emblem, but we might be able to find like architectural references for the building or something like that.
That might be something Grand Central might have as a reference.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be in the library. That'd be more of
Well,
a.
sometimes architects like to brag and they'll put out books where they talk about the buildings they've made.
True.
But yeah, blueprints we probably need to go to like a government building.
Yeah, Grand Central will probably have
Is
that.
Broznov that type of city where they're required to like file plans?
They'd need some. They would. I mean, they would have to have some sort of like regulation for like, okay, it's you know, people acknowledge like, okay, this is owned by this person and they have this and there's various deeds and documentation.
in a strange way, I think we want to be even less noticed if we went to ask for blueprints than at the museum,
Yeah.
right? We'd need to be even more incognito, because there's no way that's not going to get back to somebody. At least at the museum, there's sort of a bit of anonymity because of how many guests are there. But someone asking for blueprints is suspicious.
Just a bit.
No one asks for those with good intentions, not
Yep.
really.
Can I see this? I'm an I'm an architecture student working at the local college. Oh, you could pass off as a academia scholar or a
Not me.
Maybe
well,
core.
Core,
or
yes.
or you could also what the oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Right?
That's clever.
Yeah, thank you.
But right, sorry, my thought got thrown off track.
Sorry.
You could always like pass as a like either a student from the academia or heck, I mean it's Broznov, which is it's a dwarven or strongly dwarven city, mostly dwarven city. So this there would be some ties to dwarves if you happen to know a dwarf or happen to know someone from like a particular, what do you call it, certain particular groups who are specialized in construction.
Damn, do we know any dwarves? Looks around. It's a mystery. I don't know.
Truly a mystery.
Well, so I guess that gives us three places we could go. We could go to the museum, we could go to a library, or if we're really bold, and I don't think we're this bold, we could try to go to like City Hall or whatever.
Yeah,
God.
Grand Central could work. Checking out the library, visiting the museum itself, just as a just as a paying customer, since it is a museum.
Yeah.
Huh? Do they do free Thursdays?
Unfortunately, no. They
Aw.
they
Oh man.
they don't do freebies. Freebies are students only.
Oh, well, good news. I'm a student at the
Ah,
academia.
well there you go. The scholar of the academia. Oh god, this is the boss. This is the second campaign in which people try and like join a freaking academy.
God damn it.
You know,
I
maybe
guess.
I'll
Brosnan
join.
became
Maybe
too.
I'll become a
Look,
student. Do they have a
at least it's
horticultural
not a
department?
animated object is currently trying to kill Shen, okay? That's happened. If I had a penny for every time that's happened, I'd have at least 3 pennies, which is not a lot.
That'd be a lot.
Yeah, but now you have to deal with the dean.
Most of them maybe
How
didn't
many
get
armies you
Amerigo
guys now?
too.
7.
Dean.
Yes, the dean. That's a deep cut.
It really is. Every once in a while, the dean just shows up, and we're all like,
the
no,
the deepest
no.
cut from hell is the dean. Hey, Hunter. Every time the dean is brought on, it's just he gets more and more warped looking. Okay. So yeah, so those are kind of some of your options among if you have any other ideas. Party, what do?
Uh,
Have we
regardless
considered
of the option, I think.
fleeing the city?
Besides that, obviously.
Unfortunately, that's not really a
We
option.
take the puppies with us.
No.
We take the puppies with us.
I'm sorry you can't. They're unfortunately too engrossed into capitalism.
No.
You would be taking them out of their nature. It would be morally wrong.
Oh no.
It's like the same reason why, sometimes you can't take the animals out of the zoo without properly like condition like what's the word? like preparing them for the wild.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you just
People
take
get
them
too
out,
used to it.
yeah, they're too used to selling. They're too used to capitalism. You'll take them out and they'll be like, "Oh God, the store though." We can't
We'll
stress
have
the
to move
puppies
this
out.
into something else. How about socialism? Communism? Oh yeah,
I think the track record is worse for those.
that's fair. But Taylor, what did you want to do?
I think regardless of our choice, Caleb making 2 disguise self potions.
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
For
Zed is
himself
on
and
duty.
Core,
Hooray!
Yippee!
the
Core,
idea.
yeah, Core, he wants to blend in, but he doesn't do a very good job at it.
I think it would probably, for the context of this being a potion, I think it would make sense if we essentially like code in the appearance.
Oh, I see. What we want to look like.
Yeah, which I mean functionally won't change, but
Yeah.
as far as verisimilitude goes, it makes most sense.
What's
Since
like the
Taylor's not really
most?
casting the spell, she's like,
What's like the most common race in Broznov?
Humans.
Humans.
I mean, if you wanted to be.
I guess you could be a Vinton, but
Humans, elves, dwarves, and Vinton are
Here's
the
the
most
thing.
common.
Remember that disguise self does not physically adjust you.
Oh,
So
that's
if he looked
true.
like a
Yeah.
Vinton,
That's true. Oh, but
so
I would
spirit
recommend being a drow or an elf then.
Yeah,
or
I was gonna
a
say
human
an
would be
elf.
fine too.
Elf would be probably best.
and I don't need to adjust your.
Wow,
ears.
why do you look like a
Yeah.
redhead elf right now? That's so
Oh my
weird.
God.
Oh my god. No.
Oh
don't know
wow, I
that
have an
reference.
exact token for that. Weird.
Well, that's gonna screw your character over, though. They're gonna be
It's
framed
okay,
for
he's
museum
used to
price.
He's used to it.
All right, fine. Make me a red-headed elf. I don't understand. Core doesn't understand. No one understands this, but I'm a red-headed elf. That's my
But
Well,
disguise
it worked
self.
because you've
You-
seen him. You have seen him.
Or
Have we?
Yeah.
When?
The noodles. There was a redheaded elf.
Oh, that was. I didn't
Don't
understand.
worry
I'm
about
gonna
it.
be a real bestie. I didn't understand that reference.
It's okay.
Oh nar.
Don't
Or can
worry, it's
pick-
fine. Mordering can handle
because
it.
Taylor will be
There you go.
Taylor will be going after Core.
Just
asking
minus
how you want this to look.
the scarf. You wouldn't have the scarf yet at this point in
Core will
time.
just say, well, you know, I should probably look really nondescript, so maybe an elf, then you don't have to change my ears too much. But a drow might be too noticeable, so just a regular elf, I suppose.
The
Oh, and my
most
hair
guy
is-
elf ever.
And my hair is blue, so I don't know, red hair?
It's going opposite, yeah.
Yeah, just the opposite of whatever I am. So I'm pretty
Yeah,
dark
makes total
skinned,
sense.
so make me pale. I have blue hair, so
Let me see if this works.
red.
Write this down, peeps.
Huh?
Might as well give Mordrin one
I'm
more
ready.
thing to fucking worry about.
Oh lord.
Oh,
Sorry, I was like trying to mess with sound settings. I'm trying to see if I can like.
Just years later, Mordrin just like gets stopped being like, you stole from a museum. He's like, the fuck you mean?
Let's see. I've upped the gain. I can also put up a. Discord chat is quiet. It's quite quiet. Okay. I'm also trying to put up a noise gate so it doesn't like have my freaking fan. It's
Oh, yeah, you
probably
guys can't hear my
playing.
AC. It's so hot.
Yeah, it is hot. My
The
AC
gain is
also
working.
running,
Okay,
but
cool.
fortunately, it's in the
Also,
opposite corner.
sorry, I'm quiet. I'll try to speak up.
No, it's my side. Quiet. No, Suna, you're good. Here. Okay, I got it. Woo! That was some quick midstream fix. Alright, cool. Zeta's helping. Sigmund's helping from the viewer side.
Oh, hi, Sigmund. Hi.
What's he doing over there?
He's being a good mod.
Oh,
Oh, what a good mod. He gets to sleep on the bed today.
oh, nice.
Run through some sound stuff later. Awesome. Yeah, because that'll definitely that's gonna help a ton. Sound is like one of the things that I always freaking struggle with, which is kind of sad considering how many D&D sessions I've run. I'll get used to it. But in any case, I kind of did miss out on some of the details. So you guys are going with disguises and going to the
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess we'll have to wait a day because we have to make the potions.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I need to make potions.
I could say that could be kind of rolled in with what you guys were doing last sesh, which was like talking with Tessa and doing your other stuff. And maybe like some of the shopping and planting.
We would have needed that for our job anyways. We probably worked on it.
Yeah. I mean, unless there was anything else you
Probably
wanted to
need
do
more.
while waiting on the potions, but we'll just kind of roll forward otherwise.
Akira, is there anything you need to do?
Nope.
Nope.
Very
Is there
well
anything
then.
I need to do? I don't think so. I'm not handy like Taylor. I will.
Or is Sandy, just not in this instance.
I don't have speak with plants yet. That's dire. Yeah, I'm good. I
Pain.
don't need to do anything. That's the best spell.
Let me see if I can get a better theme for this. I actually didn't quite fully, thematic-wise, didn't quite fully prepare a museum visit, but also kinda did.
Hooray!
There we go. We'll go with this theme. Just gonna nab that. Thank you, Persona. Alright, so you prepare yourselves your disguises and you make your way out. And using the information you have on
What
hand.
is Taylor's?
Oh yeah.
Ayla has selected dark brown hair, and she has slightly darker skin now. She, like, kind of. I can't think of the correct phrasing. Like, kind of flushed, I guess, like someone who works around the forges and stuff a lot.
Nice. Oh, we're just regular old people. Don't mind us.
Just a pack of
Tourists.
just some tourists. Very well.
Yep, Lightcore basically just kind of doing a bit of the opposite. I mean, the brown hair is doing the opposite, but
Yeah.
the skin is.
Yeah.
Zeta, you're not a tourist. You can be one of the.
We
You could
are.
be the
We're
tour
just
guide.
fourth. Ooh,
Zeta will be your tour
we
guide.
will need a tour guide.
All right, Zeta, lead him in.
Ooh.
In any case, so you have Taylor, who appears more in the form of more of like a forge worker than someone who's more crafty and cunning, like a rogue. You have Akira, who resembles less of her usual self and is appearing more of a blue dragonborn. And then Cora,
Yeah.
you were going with the elf.
Yeah, I'm a pale elf with red hair.
A pale elf with fiery red hair. I see. Oh god. What the hell, Zeta? As we can see here, we have here the Broznov Elephant's Foot. Licking it will deal 80 d6 radiation damage. Wow.
Whoa.
Okay, he's back on the couch.
Very cool,
Why
boss.
do they have that?
It's a museum of oddities, I guess. It's a museum of wonders, actually. It's Zanian's Museum of Wonders. So I guess
I
you'd
don't
be
think
wondering why the
they-
hell it's here.
Why is a clump of radioactive metal and material in a museum?
Broznov has an interesting history.
Yeah, Cor will bring his little sketchbook and his notebook. He's gonna take notes, do some sketches.
Alrighty. You do make your way through the Academia District, which, to kind of remind you guys, it's more of the richer parts of Broznov, and it's very apparent with the streets appearing much nicer, less crowded, the people themselves looking less like your common city folk, and they appear more nicely dressed, and a lot of them look more scholarly, in fact. Well, because a lot of them are, well, they're students, and they're rich students for sure. Because this is like the nice colleges. This is the universities. You know, this isn't.
Man. Cor is like, Cor's like when you put a community college student on like Harvard campus. He's just like gaping, like, oh my god.
Yeah, this is like oh god, what do we have out here? We've got, this is like UCLA or freaking like one of the other, yeah, like Harvard or Yale. Like the campuses.
I was gonna say, at least UCLA is a state school still. Harvard is like private, fancy institution.
Yeah. It's like a mixture. It's like you've got like the state, like a state college, and then like right next to it is like a even nicer college, and the buildings are still kind of in the Broznov sense, kind of mushed and crammed together. But there's definitely an air of there's definitely like there's a niceness to it. It doesn't feel like your typical Broznov like metropolitan city. It's almost like slightly stark in contrast, where things don't, like, the sky doesn't feel so busy because all the buildings aren't as tall around here. But in exchange for that, your rooftops are more ornate rather than like more functional. Because in Broznov, it's like a lot of like either flat rooftops or like light angled rooftops. But here it's like everything's got like domes, or they've got like pyramids, or, you know, very nice, like nice looking shapes to them, to the tops of their buildings. So it's very distinctly different architecture, and it's a lot of what you'd see in like in terms of dwarvish like stonework is still in the buildings themselves, so they still have a very rigid look to them, but then the tops of them look much nicer. So you can tell that there's
So, like,
almost like an elvish influence in that sense.
What you're telling me is the rooftops are not as good for parkour.
Oh, well, I would say it's like parkouring on hard mode.
Oof.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have a hard time if you try and run around on the rooftops of these buildings, especially the dome.
Oh, yeah. Cor could run across the flat rooftops anyways, so...
Zeta's got more lore. The elephant's foot came from the Old Kingdom when a dwarf discovered the first uranium and tried to use it for power. Turns out you cannot burn it like coal.
Oh...
This is some good lore, boss. I don't know if this is gonna fit the canon, but we'll think about it. We'll talk a bit.
I don't think this guy's an actual guide. I'm just gonna say that right now.
He's not. He's a history fictionologist.
Oh.
God.
He told me to be a museum guide. I'm a guide. Fair enough. You did your best. I give it a 7 out of 10.
By the way, because I did just think about it, Taylor will not have her weapons with her. She does have a couple of like holdout blades, but the sword and her pistol she does not have because they're kind of memorable.
That's true. Do you think they have a metal detector at this museum?
Oh, that's a
I
good
guess
question.
We'll find out.
I'm not too worried about that.
Also, here's the
I'm worried about
reference I'm
someone,
using for it.
blocking the fact that she has the whole ass like revolver.
Shadow.
Which I don't think they'd be too keen about letting her into a museum with that on.
Hello, Shadow.
I don't know
hydrate
what the
real
open
quick.
carry laws are around here.
Oh, it's perfectly normal to have a weapon.
Even in a museum.
Maybe not in the museum, but carrying a weapon on you in Broznov is very normal. It's
Yeah.
it's not exactly a
The
safe
other side
place.
though is that she doesn't want to risk anyone remembering her particular pistol. And the sword she got from Captain Casimir.
Oh yeah, Casimir's
the-
sword.
The new sword, yes.
What about Casimir's sword?
Oh, I'm gonna put my shield.
Taylor has
I
a
normally keep-
sword from Casimir.
Oh yeah.
Core usually carries his shield in like a basket, wrapped up in a basket. I'm gonna put it in a portfolio bag instead, so it's like a black canvas bag that he has slung
Gosh.
over his back.
Yeah.
Very art student-esque vibe.
And to nobody's surprise, Akira will have absolutely no weapons on her.
I can
She
see
really doesn't need them.
I can see
She
the
is the
disguise.
weapon.
I can see the disguise for Core. It's like you go with the pale elf, but then going with a more artsy look, you've got instead of the red glasses, it's black glasses and like a
Oh,
very dark
yeah.
gray beret.
Yeah, very art school vibe.
Oh yeah.
Very art school.
Which is hilarious. Great shit.
It is.
So, an art student, forge worker, and a dragon enter into this museum.
Sounds like a joke.
Well, as you traverse through the academia, you do come to the address, and it's wedged between these two alleyways that are created from these like two big college buildings. You see, kind of like tucked away, is this quaint museum, which is still fairly large. It's just kind of out of the way. And on the way, there is just a large signpost that says Zanian's Museum of Wonders. And I mean, compared to everything else, it actually looks quite a bit. On the outside, looks actually much more ornate compared to the college buildings, which have, they have this very tough, well, I wouldn't say tough, but, very brick-like exterior with, like, decorated tops. This thing is just decorated top to bottom. Like, they've got very, very ornate designs on the walls themselves. They have, like, various little filigree and, like, the stonework has, like, marble, not marble, but, like, columns, like, as supports. And then there's just like a lot of various colors of like reds and whites to just kind of make it stand out. It almost kind of like pops out of the walls of these other buildings. But it's tucked away in this quiet alleyway, and compared to the larger college structures, it's pretty small. But it's still a fairly sizable building. It's a 2-story building. And, yeah, there are some people that are coming and going in and out of the museum. Mostly, like, for the most part, they're definitely some of the scholars. You see scholars and, other educators and just other sorts of individuals of that come more from from the academia than like the side of anything else in terms of professions. At the door, you are, of course, greeted. There is a little side reception near the front who greets you. It's an elf who, with probably the biggest pair of frickin' glasses, like these some huge Harry Potter looking glasses, who greets you and pretty much asks like, "You guys are coming in for the exhibit for today?" And strewn all about is, of course, strewn all about is also like all their little promotions of, new display coming soon. Visit us in, and it's like essentially like 2 weeks from now. For this new mystery display. And so the elf greets you and he's like, "You guys coming in for the displays?" For what
Corey's
they
going to
have.
systematically go to each of like these little like brochure things and pick up one of each brochure and like glance through it. Like, what's this? What's this?
There is a few things. There is the things that they have currently on display are also fairly interesting. There's the Broznov, the history and cultural founding of Broznov from the early age to modern day. There is the March of Elves, also known as the what do you call it? Which is part of the founding of Broznov, as well as the Great Battles display, and also the what do you call it? The separation, or the sovereignty of Broznov. The founding of the sovereignty of Broznov, I should say. It's the actual best way to put it. So that's what they have currently.
Interesting.
Yep. They have the original founding and like the cultural the very first of Broznov, and then the breaking away of Broznov, because technically Broznov has like 2 foundings. When it was first made into Broznov, and then there's when it was like no longer part of Valvadiri. Fun small history fact. They were like sister cities.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No, now they're at war with each other.
Yippee. Yeah. Like you're just gonna look at Core, who hasn't answered the man. He's not gonna answer him.
I mean, Taylor will answer.
Oh, yay, Taylor!
course.
Yippee.
I was distracted. Taylor was just gonna say yes.
Yep.
Are you guys
Very, very simple.
Are you guys members of any of the academics? He kind of says, he sort of sizes up each of you guys and isn't entirely sure whether you guys are even scholars.
Do I know anything about the academic stuff? Like, whatever academics he's talking about?
Well, it pretty much, if you had attended any of the academia colleges, you might have an idea. But, pretty much he's asking if you guys are, like, students or members of, like, any of the schools.
Okay. I will not be saying yes, that seems like...
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not even sure if I have enough information to lie about that.
Yeah.
With my very
Taylor can
people
lie, but
art student disguise.
But that,
there's
yeah.
a limit to how much bullshit you can do if you're saying something that is factually incorrect.
Because I think it's funny, because I'm sure Akira's bored out of her fucking mind. She just kind of like waves it off. Just like, she doesn't answer, just sort of waves almost like rudely and just like looks away.
It's like, nah.
Nah.
It's like I'm
She's not
doing
saying
this
yes,
thing.
she's not saying no. It's more like, damn, that question is beneath me. But in reality, she's just bored.
Of course it's
doesn't
accurate
wanna blow our
Enigmata approved, Xana, please. But,
No, we are not students, just hobbyists and enthusiasts.
oh, supporters I see. Well, if you happen to know anyone or happen to join any of the academies yourselves, right now we're doing a big special deal for if you're part of a member group trip. Just if you get any sponsorship, you'll get a special discount.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
I will definitely keep that in mind should that happen.
We're also doing a raffle as well, if for of course any members involved. But if you happen to win the raffle, it's you get a special tour. You get a special tour of the new display that comes out in 2 weeks with Master Zanian himself.
Core trying his best to not look like excited at that prospect. Like, play it cool, Core. Play it cool. Keep reading this
You need to
brochure.
She's reading the
Do
brochure.
you need to be an academic to enter into that raffle?
You just need to be sponsored. Or
Yes, we're
have a
gonna fill
member
out
from the
Core's
academia
college
from-
applications. Let's go.
you just need a
Yes,
sponsorship from
please.
a scholar or to be part of a group field trip, which constitutes at least one member in your group to being to being a verified academia attendee.
Our boys, do we know any college students? Because Taylor doesn't.
Has anyone
At least
we
none that you know of.
The
Has
closest we have is fucking Tessa, okay?
Well, yeah. What about Tessa? Did Tessa go to school in Broznov? I'm not sure.
Have you asked? Have we asked?
No,
No.
she is like she seems smart. Maybe.
Have we asked anyone if they have gone?
No.
In today's session,
We
time to
don't-
find
we
out
don't
if
really-
any of your friends has a college degree.
We don't
Yippee!
really ask that question. Who asked that?
Yeah.
You know who doesn't have a college degree? The Fire Emblem gang!
Woo!
Whoa,
Oh
We're not graduating.
Wow.
no, we're 3 years too late, bro. 3 years.
We missed it.
Sigmund's in shambles. Man's over here running around for his college robes.
Yeah, Core will finally
Well.
speak up. I'm not currently a student, but I actually came to the city in pursuit of a further education for myself.
Oh, well, if you happen to have a verification, then you should know you'll get in with a very generous discount, as well as apply for viable for the raffle. So 1 ticket per person within the group. Some of the scholars just
Oh.
come in here on a whim, just multiple times, just to try and up their chances of getting a tour with Zanian himself.
Well, I have to admit, I'm new in town and I haven't put in any applications yet. My interest is in horticulture. Do you have any recommendations for schools I should look into?
Well, the arts of North Coast Academy is definitely a good start. I would recommend.
Yeah, I'll pull out my notebook and I'll take notes. Write this down, write this down.
There is also the Broznov. The Broznov official is the first and best school for all of the sciences, arts, and everything. They kind of do everything. That's like their Harvard, basically.
I see. Good. This is good.
I would also recommend the school of the Southern Arts as well, but let's just say they're currently on protest in regards to the whole conflict. Many of the professors are, well, members of well, they do have their roots in Valvadiri. And while they're not too fond of them nowadays, they're not exactly keen on this whole conflict going on. And so, we've not really had much sponsorships from them. I would still recommend them though, given that a lot of their resources and knowledge do stem from Valvadiri, which, well, they happen to know a lot of things outside of stonework and engineering.
Good to know. Thank you so much. Do we have to be affiliated with one of these schools to even enter the museum, or is there just a fee we could pay for today?
Oh no, there's an entry fee. You don't need you don't require any particular it's not necessary that you need to be sponsored or have a member of the academia, but it's typically recommended. And with that, he sort of gestures over to the little, like, ticket fees, and there is, it shows, in addition to the promotional of entry fee for all sponsored and academics, sponsored and scholar academia groups is 5 gold a person. Normal entry fee is 250 gold.
Holy shit. That's expensive. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Like going down to the local museum and finding out the entrance fee is like $50 or something.
Yeah, they got some Disneyland-ass prices
More
here.
like 200. Yeah.
Damn.
So,
Oh goodness, I see what you mean about the sponsorship. I
yeah.
didn't realize independent study was so expensive.
Most of the support Zanian's museum gets are from the local academias, which is why their sponsorship covers academia students. However, everything else is paid by Zanium himself, so that's why the fees are so extravagantly high for non-sponsored members.
What do you think, gamers?
You want
Out
to
of
pay
character.
750 gold?
Do we want to pay 750 gold, or do we want to do what the DM is clearly signaling to us, which is we got to fill out some college application?
Well,
towards
because
social security number.
The funnier
any of these
funnier
work,
option
actually.
is the college. The funnier option is the college one, so I want that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It is funny. Cor gets to go to school. Or, funnier, we make Akira go to school.
God, do not make her go to school. Not for magic, especially.
Well, you're in luck. There is no school for magic.
Thank God.
That's this ain't Valvadiri. That's where you want for schools for magic.
That's fair, but please don't make Akira go to school. Her intelligence is not negative, however.
Do they have any brochures or like flyers that are advertising the new exhibit?
Well, there's no brochures for it, but there's promos kind of hanging around the entrance and, like, you know, decorating the thing. But it's pretty hush hush. It's just like new mystery exhibit soon, essentially. You know it's the crown, but to public
Yeah.
knowledge, nobody really knows.
It'd be really funny when they don't have that exhibit anymore.
Ain't that gonna just be embarrassing?
Alright, well, I suppose I have some applications to fill out.
Oh boy, time to go to college.
Whee! I don't know if Cor can even get into college. He's like
What?
homeschooled? I don't know. How do you put I grew up in the distant mountains on a commune of druids. I
God,
don't
it's
have
even.
a GPA.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna find out.
That's
God,
assuming
do
they'll
not
accept you.
Akira do a college application. You can ask her to do it, but
We'll see what the requirements are. Let's go.
Yeah, maybe if it's too hard, we can just ask Tessa. Maybe
if
she
it's
knows
hand-to-hand
stuff.
combat, I got you. If it's anything
Imagine.
else, I don't got you.
Oh boy.
Well, Cora will just sort of like show the receptionist his little stack of brochures. I'm gonna keep these as motivation.
He gives you a friendly smile and waves you guys off. Be like, come back again.
Thank you so much for your help. Have a good day.
And
He was nice.
well, with that, you are back outside the museum.
Here we are.
All right, party. What's your plan?
Find some college applications, I guess.
Yeah,
Things I didn't expect
That's
to do
true.
today.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never been to school. I mean, I've been to school, but not. I'll gesture to the college buildings. Not this kind of school.
Kira
I
just looks at you.
didn't
What the
even go to
fuck is school?
Oh, bruh.
That's not a surprising question coming from you.
What is
How
a
has
school?
Akira even learned how to read?
I think.
Can read.
I was gonna say. I think she can read. If I recall.
Funny because I think Akira is more literate than Lavi, which is saying something.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, is Lavi actually illiterate?
She's not illiterate. She just needs help with big words.
like
Oh, I see.
Borderline illiterate.
Yeah. Well, Akira is not. She can actually read.
Hooray! I can't.
She just
So.
doesn't like to. Oh my god.
Hmm.
Oh lord.
It'd be fitting that
Well,
Mordred goes to school for swordplay and Akira goes to school for magic. Zeta.
The swap.
It's true.
The trade.
Oh wait, how long does the disguise self last?
An hour.
Uh-oh.
It'll probably be going soon.
Let's go
Oh
home.
no, that means I have to go to college. Oh no. Wait. No.
It either means that we have to make a bunch more disguise self potions because I have to go to college looking like this so we can get back into the museum, or Core just has to start going around looking like himself, which is
It
probably
would-
going to be the easier bet.
Or you could
Yeah,
just find
no, it
someone
would-
who's willing to sponsor you.
True.
You don't necessarily have to be a
Uh,
student. You just have to have someone
it's
who can sponsor
funny.
you for it.
That's fair.
I'm
And
just
it's
I'm just
funny.
I'm just letting you guys know. I'm just letting you
also
guys
the
know.
That I can keep up my disguise until the next long rest. Oh no. We might actually
She's
have to put Akira through college.
Oh.
You guys have like a week to break into this museum.
Yeah, how
Let's
long does
talk to
the
Tessa,
application
and then-
process last?
Probably not
We
a
don't know.
week.
A day, right? How long could it take? Yeah, we should probably just talk to Tessa.
You can
And
always
maybe we
check
come
those
back-
schools you asked about
Oh,
as
that's
well.
true.
Always see what the deal is.
Yeah, true. Right, we don't have to be a student. Maybe they would just sponsor us to go. Find a nice professor who's like, you know what? Fuck the system. I'm gonna sponsor some independent learners. Oh, we should go to that. We should go to the School of the Southern Arts then.
Southern Arts. Yeah.
We need an anti-establishment professor.
If anything, it would be that college because they're currently right now very much outspoken against the fighting.
Don't you want to say fuck you to the big museum system and sponsor some low-income non-students to get in? You know you want to do it.
You could.
We could.
Yeah,
Those are
that
our
sounds like a plan.
options.
Because I don't think anybody wants trying to get Akira into college plan. As funny
No.
as it would be, I don't think we actually want to do it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think it would take us
be
longer
the
than a
worst
week.
student.
We are on a
Probably.
deadline, sadly. We'll put a
Hmm.
pin in it for later. Once we're done with this job and we are free from the syndicate, we're all going to college. Let's go.
College arc, here we
Oh
come.
no. Oh lord.
Hooray! But yeah, we could talk to Tessa too, though. Maybe both.
Yeah,
I mean,
both
maybe
are
Tessa's not
options.
even. Tessa could not be a scholar, so.
You know that she's smart and she works with tech, so
Yeah, well, Kayla's smart, and apparently she didn't go to the academy, so. How
this is
good could
also
this
true.
school be?
The other thing is kind of just at the implication. This one I'll kind of give you guys, but considering that these schools are at the they're the nicer part of the city, it's implied that part of the requirements of this city is definitely going to be money.
Hmm.
Money.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
I do think
Yeah.
we can get anything out of Tessa before we commit to something.
Mhm. True, and Tessa's less likely to rat us out.
Tessa's
outside
definitely one of your
third party.
bros.
Yeah.
Might be a bit of a liability. Okay, I guess I will, as we're discussing this outside the museum, Cora's gonna take a sketch down of, it's just gonna be what it looks like an artful sketch of the lovely exterior of the building, but he's trying to get all the details of what this building is like on the outside.
It's rather decorative compared to the more mundane buildings, or at least the mundane brickwork of the colleges. The colleges have their own nice look to them, mostly with their nicer, fancier rooftops. But yeah, so you guys head on back then from your
Yeah, we'll go back.
inspection. Do you guys go in and check with Tessa, or?
We should. Yeah, we should.
Alrighty.
Let me just get my disguise off real quick.
Oh, yeah?
Alright,
Yeah.
we're good.
You change back to your normal selves, and make your way over to your neighbor Tessa's. And yeah, after a moment, she
Door.
greets you at the door, and she sees the three of you, and is like, "Oh, hey guys, what are you guys up to? Did you need more curry or something?"
No,
We need
that
you to
was
dump your
lovely.
Maybe in the
fiance, and
future.
then
It was lovely, but we haven't quite gotten through all of it. Give Akira at least another day.
She's a little happy to at least hear that, but um, but yeah. So-
Actually, I hate to impose on you, but we took a little field trip today. You see, I'm trying to expand my horizons. I'm a bit of a student of the School of Life, you know. I wanted to go to this museum, but the entrance fees are exorbitant.
Oh, a lot of the museums over, especially in academia, they cost a fortune. What are you guys gonna
Yes.
see?
The Museum of Wonders? Apparently there's a new exhibit coming out soon, and I was excited. Perhaps a little too excited because it's not coming out for another 2 weeks, but...
Zanians. Also, had to redeem a hydrate. 1 second.
okay.
Everybody hydrate.
All right, but Zanians. Oh, I haven't been to Zanians in forever.
I'll pull my brochures out of my bag. These are the exhibits they have right now if you're interested in visiting. I'm not sure if they've changed since you've last been there.
Well, the founding's always been around, but I know Zanian always puts up some new oddity or some new thing in the museum that he doesn't really directly promote, but that's kind of the and she kind of waves her hands. Just it's kind of the magic and wonder of the museum is the things he doesn't advertise.
Hmm. Oh, that sounds exhilarating. Like you have to go in and explore it yourself to find out. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's Zanian style. It's he'll put up a bunch of boring stuff that most of the scholars will go and see, and then bam, he kind of catches you off guard with an old relic from from the older kingdom of Broznov, or he'll like drop some sort of secret passageway that's full of all sorts of interesting goodies. It's place is almost like a fun house as much as it is a museum. It's fun stuff for the scholars, but some folks don't really find it all too humorous.
Wow, that sounds incredible. I'm sure we would really enjoy that. Now, this is the awkward part. I don't mean to typecast you, Miss Tessa, but you do strike me as sort of the scholarly type.
I suppose that comes with the territory of being a tinker like myself. That's fine. I'm not offended. I take it as a compliment, really.
I don't suppose that you could lend us a hand and sponsor us to enter the museum? Or even come with us? We could make a lovely day trip out of it.
Well, that does sound fun, but, actually... And, she kind of looks a bit embarrassed. Never actually got my education from academia.
Oh, there's no shame in that at all. I'm exactly the same way.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that means I don't really have the... I can't exactly get you guys in as a academic, unfortunately. Oh, but I do happen to know some old friends that, well, some of them I think they're still working at some of the campuses. Maybe you can get in touch with them. They know me, and well, we were old working buddies, so maybe they can help you out.
Yeah, of course, that would
That
be
would be
wonderful,
nice.
and we would certainly owe you one, and I feel like we owe you one a lot after all that curry.
It's no problem. Honestly, it's I don't mind it too much. Besides, you helped me out with my invention troubles, so you know what are good neighbors for.
Yes, of course. Now, are you sure you don't want to come with us? Might be a
Ah,
nice trip.
I'd love to, but I don't know. I probably shouldn't. I've still got to work on this project, and my upgraded project.
Oh, it could give you some important inspiration. You never know.
I it's clear that she's like she wants to but can't, and she shakes her head. It's like,
Okay, Cole won't push her too much. But yes, a friend of a friend would be of great use to us.
well, I can't tell. I can't say if all of them made it too far climbing up the academic tree. Many of us started out as just common inventors or tinkerers or just folks from out of town, really. I mean, most of what I learned kind of started off in Valvadiri proper, and then I just came over here.
Fascinating.
Yep. Sadly, Valvadiri-based education isn't really recognized in Broznov. Go figure. But a lot of the ideas and applications that are brought out from here ends up actually working really well with a lot of the applied understandings from said knowledge. I'm rambling. Anyways, let me get you
No,
those.
no, it's good.
Thanks. Let me get you those names.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So, from her little list. Let me actually get these names real quick. Oh no, they're gone! Ah, that's fine. I know them from the top of my head. So, from each of those colleges, respectively. So, from the North Coast, you have Vermeil Anson. Let me just... North Coast?
Yeah, for Kel's notes.
Yeah.
Hooray! I hate spelling.
Yippee!
It's for Core's notes, actually.
And then... Ah! Come on. I'm like typing like an idiot, sorry. So I have to do this all by hand again.
Not rushing you, unless we are. But we're not.
We're not.
I am though.
Oh,
Get faster!
I'm
Ah!
faster.
The drill sergeant.
Oh wait, no.
Imagine a Kira drill sergeant.
Go with that one.
Just imagine Gordon Ramsay behind you berating you about how slow you're typing.
What are you? An idiot sandwich? There you go. So, Ilma Valic from North Coast, Ivan Sorik from Broznov United, and then Vermeil Anson from South Arts.
Oh, don't please tell me the Ilma is the same Ilma that I'm thinking of.
Don't worry about it.
Guys, North Coast for no reason whatsoever.
No,
Don't worry.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
it's
it.
the first name. It's the first name on the list, right? Obviously, we got to start at the top. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
So,
Core will dutifully copy these down.
so you've got North Coast,
Is that a name I
Broznov
should
United.
know?
It might be a realm-related name.
It's from a very, very long time ago. We're talking like, God, we probably haven't ran into her since like session like 15 or something.
No, it's well, like session like 6. Ilma
I think
was
we run into her. I
Yeah.
think we did run into her briefly, and then she disappeared into the swamps,
yeah, she
and then that's when we never saw her again.
yeah, that was the last time you saw her was when you were dealing with
Oh, okay.
the
Yeah,
lizards.
she's in the notes. I'm trying to find it. I got it eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's in my notes.
Yeah. Ilma's a throwback, bro.
Yeah, she is. That's why I just like we gotta go visit her again.
But yep. Ilma Valic, Ivan Sorik, and Vermeil Anson.
Let's go from top to bottom.
Yep. So
Sure.
there's your names.
That was
Oh, should we go with disguise though, or no?
Probably not. I don't think we're not gonna be able to maintain those disguises for very long.
Yeah.
At this point, Core and Taylor should probably just try to disguise themselves with normal means. So I'll just do what I was gonna do before. Sort of brush my hair back into a ponytail, take off my glasses, leave my nice coat at home.
I guess the question is, should I continue my disguise or just keep being me?
Up to you,
It's gonna
boss.
be a little awkward when we go back to the museum and I look like a totally different person. I just have to pretend I've never been there before.
Yep.
Could always go as yourselves.
That's why I just
Probably
like,
the
is
best
it?
bet.
Yeah, just by yourself. All right.
It's all up to you.
Thank you so much for your help, Miss Tessa.
Of course. I hope you guys are able to get into the museum. I know those prices can be really, really exorbitant.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure we will with your help, and we'll bring you back a souvenir.
Oh, you don't have to, but thanks.
You can have a souvenir shop at the museum.
Probably.
I mean, the entry fee was 250 gold. I think
Man,
they're probably very profit motivated. There's gonna be a gift shop.
there's gonna be a gift shop. There's gonna be a guy handing out turkey legs.
My God.
one of the little dogs at the shop has a little shop set up that they have an exclusive deal
Aw.
with.
Well, I will definitely give the dog my money.
It's
sure.
it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be like cookies and water, but there's
That's
also
fine.
it's gonna be like 300% more expensive.
Oh yeah.
They got that Disneyland price down.
Damn.
You're like, damn, $20 for a single hot dog, bro? What the hell? But yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
So you head on
Oh,
back.
let's go visit Ilma.
Yeah.
You go to the North Coast college campus, and the campus is got a, well, despite the ornate dome, very box-like building. It's just a big, large box. It's really the best way to describe it. And there's just scholars, professors, individuals of. They look like, I wouldn't say high profile, but they definitely look like they seem like these people are, important, or at least important enough to shape the future in terms of Broznov and Broznov's, I guess, overall outlook? I don't know. Important people here. They're all over, and they are coming and going into this building. And some of them you see they're kind of rushing themselves hurriedly. A lot of them are wearing, actually wearing very scholastic kind of robes to them. Not quite like a I guess a uniform would be kind of appropriate, but underneath their uniforms they have like really nice looking clothing, but over it they have, it's almost like a sash that kind of goes, I wouldn't say across their chest, but kind of like goes over their shoulders. And then they have kind of like, not quite a beret. It's just kind of like a small cap. So this place is they do uniforms here for their scholars.
Wow.
And
Or tries to remember the lessons he's learned on our previous missions, which is if you look like you're supposed to be there, people won't question it, but it's a little hard when he looks like a hick standing in the middle of these fancy scholars.
yeah. I mean, there's definitely other personnel who stand out from the, intellectuals, but they're
Wait, Corey could be the gardener.
yeah. There is actually grass here.
Yay!
Yeah, that's in front of a lot of these campuses. There's just a field, or there's like a grass. It's not like a huge like plot of grass or land, but many of them have and maintain like sort of a lawn, and a lot of the people here are in fact kind of like making full use of them. There's a lot of the scholars that are like reading books, or they're like just like having a like a lunch, or they're just taking a nap. They're just plopped right on the grass.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Actually, Cord, you have a. I think you can make this. Goodness, there's no knowledge nature, is there? I always forget.
No.
There's just
There's
nature.
nature.
Make a nature check.
I will. Oh. That's a 10.
A 10. This is actually good enough. But something to kind of note about the grass, this particular lawn, at least from what you've seen compared to other, like the other tracts of land that I failed to mention early. But this particular grass and this particular, I guess, for lack of a better word, biome, which isn't really much to say, it's not really appropriate. But this particular area, a lot of what's grown here, especially the grass, is similar to a lot of the stuff that is native to the north coast, north of Broznov. So they've actually like
Mm.
taken some of the
Oh.
like flora of North Coast, and they're actually like treating it here, or they're like growing it here.
That's clever. I see. The college is named North Coast, and they grow plants from the North Coast. Clever.
Yep. In any case, you make your way inside, and well, there is a sort of reception.
And now to find this.
Wait, what's up?
Now to find this person.
Yep.
Ah.
There is a sort of reception at the front of this building. It's like the first thing you see is like kind of like an office. It's like the main office before you're actually let into the building proper.
Okay.
Shall we?
I mean,
Yeah?
I don't know if you want to ask the receptionist.
I can try.
If you
Alright.
feel confident.
That's my
I
secret, Kayla. I'm never confident.
Oh no!
Or no.
It's
Well,
fine.
you're
Clover
being
sort of.
not
a-
confident.
It's either Court asks or Carrot goes, "Hey, I'm looking for this lady."
Yeah, Core realizing that the longer they delay, the more likely that Kira's going to do something everyone's going to regret. He'll sort of adjust his ponytail, and I'm going to cast guidance on myself, and then I'm going to go up to the counter.
Uh-oh.
All he's saying that I am going to BRB. I need to take care of something.
I'll go up to the counter and ring the little bell. Ding!
Alright. And sure enough, a counselor comes up and just kind of looks at you guys and is just like, oh, what are you here for? Work or an application or lost
We're
your
hoping to get a
uniform?
meeting with Ilma Village.
Meeting
Is that possible?
meeting with Ilma Velich. Sure. Do you have an appointment? Are you working?
We have a urgent message from a friend.
A message from a friend. Well, we don't really do. Friend visits here at the academy. Oh, maybe you should wait until school's over, or
Oh,
maybe
how about
conduct your
this?
meetings after.
Could we write a little note for her and have her and have it delivered and see what she thinks?
Well, I can leave you a message at her box.
All right, I suppose that would work. Is she in class right now?
Well, classes are currently in session, so at this moment, unless you are an applicant or a classified member, I'm going to have to ask you to not interfere or not
Of course
step
not,
on.
Of course not. Then yes, could you pass a message on for us then?
Sure thing. And the counselor slides you like a pencil and paper, and it's just like,
Yeah.
go ahead and send your message, and well, she'll get it when she'll get it.
Ah, indeed. I guess this might not be the right way to do this, but I'll write down is she a professor? Is that the vibe we're getting?
She's a
Professor?
professor, yeah.
I'll write down Professor Ilma. Your good friend Tessa has a request of you. There are guests waiting for you in the lobby.
All right. And then you write down your message, and you pass it back to the counselor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the counselor nods and says, "All right, I'll get it back to her whenever she's done teaching today, I guess." These professors kind of work on their own timetable, so aside from scheduled teaching hours, well, they plan out whenever they're in their office, and that's not really something that we have control over.
quick. We need a reason to maybe hang out here for several hours.
All right, time to grab those apples.
Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking. If I look around, are there any like stacks of like applications or like information brochures or anything?
Yeah, well, the counselor was offering this, like, if you're looking to apply or, replace uniforms in case you were forgotten, like, lost your uniform.
Oh yeah, maybe we're actually students and we just forgot our uniforms.
Should have gone with that
I
one.
don't think I could have. I don't think Cora could have swung that.
No.
Yeah, I'll start like sort of flipping through the brochures and the paperwork. Is it all right if my friends and I look over these?
Sure, go ahead.
Akira, look at the
What are we doing?
application. Good.
We're going to college, Taylor.
We're going to college.
Oh no.
Basically,
Okay.
they wouldn't let us go back to find Ilma because we're not students or applicants, but they agreed to pass a note to her. But we may be waiting for a while, so we need an excuse to linger. And I thought, well, filling out applications and looking over brochures would take us a while, especially with Akira. We're gonna have to fill out a bunch of applications probably.
I'm just gonna fall asleep. Gonna pass out. Like,
No, we're gonna
So
make Akira
bored.
fill them out.
All right, boss. I'm gonna fill out this college application.
Oh boy. Alrighty.
are we all filling one out, or is it just? Are we just having Akira do it?
I mean, we
What
can
you
all
want
fill
to?
them out. Cora will read through the information packets very closely.
So, the application
Will
process.
Akira even do that? She's just gonna have the papers placed in front of her and just like, no.
The application
I'm not filling
process
that
is
You'll
pretty
entertain it.
pretty intricate. It asks for your background, asks for the education of your your immediate family members, asks if you are like associated with any of like the any particular groups, and that means like if you're part of any of the district leadership or any members of the technocrats, or any members of any particular like certain like city government like community, or like if you or your family are part of any of these like
There's a lot of
things.
I don't knows going on.
Yeah.
I know. Even for me, it's like they want to know about your parents.
what's your average income in your household?
Oh.
8,000 gold a week.
Berries.
Wow, that would be good.
It varies.
Yeah, it varies. I can
I mean-
imagine her being like mercenaries, and for
Yep.
all the family stuff, she literally puts I don't know.
We're freelancers, so we kind of have like we get a lot of money and then we get no money for a long time and then we get a
I
lot
guess she
of money.
technically knows her last name, so she probably put for family just her family last name. Just for giggles.
Are you a member
Ayla
of
is not
the?
intending to turn this in.
Are you a member of? The Old Kingdom Founders Project? Do you have a scholarship program with any of these? Are you a veteran of any of these conflicts? Are you a
writes
family
down the
member,
fuck
a
is
valedictorian?
Oh, I can see.
Oh, Akira, are you a single mother?
Hmm?
No.
She thinks about
Does
it.
the rat count?
Yes.
Oh.
Right out.
Wait, you are?
Raphael just pokes out his head judgingly.
Oh, of course you are. My mistake.
Checks yes. God.
Anywho, yeah, Taylor's just filling it out with a bunch of bullshit. She
That
has no
tries to
intention
be
of
honest,
this and
but-
fully intends to dissolve it in acid later.
Hmm.
So it's just a lot of bullshit.
Oh, Akira's 100% gonna be turning this in just to see what happens.
Lord.
Like, like some of it might be true, but it's a lot of just like Kayla's is more if someone turned this in and someone looked at it, they'd be really worried. Like, I don't think we can accept this.
Yeah, Corvo fills out to the best of his ability, but he's aware he's probably not a good applicant.
Yep. Akira's not even in the running.
Oh, but he'll write a very impassioned essay about the importance of nature even in a city like Broznov.
Oh god. This fills up the
Oh god.
the back comment, like the little like any extra input on your character, like that that
For
we
the
should know
essay
for
part?
your yeah.
She just writes what is an essay and turns it in.
Oh god. Imagine you just you just hand over this like mangled paper, and Core has this like nice paper. Yeah, so
I want to see the reaction.
this takes maybe
After like an hour or two.
an hour and a half, yeah, maybe 2 hours, and then you hand back the applications. Which of course the counselor who's been working there is just like gives a very uncomfortable look as he receives your application, Akira, and kind of is trying not to be too judgmental at you guys, and kind of says, "All right, we'll file this, and you should receive back from us a you know, if you qualify, we should receive back an acceptance of from us in about 3 to 4 weeks, and additionally, it's it will
They're
if you
definitely not gonna get back. Even if somehow Akira got in, she doesn't know her address.
oh my god,
Cora would have put down our actual address, which is probably not a good idea, but he's curious, so yeah.
oh lord,
Akira would have said, I don't know, man.
just address, I don't know.
No. Yeah,
The worst
usually you don't
application.
fill out your college applications in the reception area of the college.
Not typically,
You know
no.
what?
Broznov is a different kind of place, you know.
Yeah.
Really.
But
Oh, guys, what else do you want to do to pass the time?
yeah. Well, it's about 2 hours have gone. Yeah. I should mention that the office is essentially like basically it's not a very big, but it's like big-ish. Like there's the front reception area, and then behind it there's a side door, and then behind that door there's just like all the actual offices where the counselors and other like admin is basically working. But then you could essentially just walk past that and go into the actual classrooms. There's no actual like barrier aside from the counselors just telling
Actually,
you don't go
I
back
do
there.
have a question for the counselor.
Hmm.
Sorry to take up more of your time. As future possible students, would it be possible to look at this semester's catalog?
Yeah, sure. And he shuffles around for a little bit and hands you essentially the full handbook.
Thank you, thank you. My friend here is very smart, and I'll gesture to Akira, but she does need a little extra time sometimes. So we'll get studying this early, get a head start.
Oh, well, some professors do. They do sometimes some work outside of the semester course, so maybe you can get in touch with one of them. I don't know about your
Oh,
friend, what she does, so I don't really know too much on all the professors.
Maybe
I
let's
just
not get into
know that
what
it
she
happens. Let's not get too into what she does. It's the
Yeah,
Not put people.
I'll start flipping through it, see if I can't spot Ilma's name somewhere. What classes is she teaching this semester?
well, you sift through and you do find the name Ilma, and she happens to be a professor of she does geological surveys.
That tracks.
Fascinating stuff.
She also has a later semester course called do you call it? Understanding cultures. It's a cultural arts course.
Ooh. Ooh.
Also tracks.
Yeah, also tracks.
I don't suppose they list class times.
Well, this is for next year's stuff,
I see.
so it's to be announced.
Mm-hmm. PBA.
PBA.
Well, Akira, let's go through this section. It will take us like an hour to read about financial aid, student resources and support.
Single mother? You happen to qualify.
If you qualify for these programs, we should apply for assistance.
Well,
Sure.
start setting up your FAFSA, guys.
Yeah. Alright, Akira, what's your social security number?
Fucking the social security number.
Alright, I'll just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0.
Beautiful. Some time passes, and it definitely doesn't seem like Ilma's coming down to check her mail.
No.
Yeah, she's not coming in.
No.
She's like me. She checks her mail in the morning and then goes to work.
No.
Rolled for it. I was like, alright, does she check at the end of the day or at the beginning? Or
Oh
both.
no.
Yeah. It looks like she's beginning of the day.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Receptionist. this guy hates us. We've been here for like 4 hours.
If anything, he probably feels bad for you guys for waiting. That's
Do you offer tours of the campus for prospective students?
oh well, we do scheduled tours. We'd like to take one. We're unfortunately not for the day. Our tours are early in the day, so we're done at the moment. But if you come in tomorrow, you can definitely go in on one of the educational tours.
I see. Tomorrow, when perhaps Ilma has gotten her mail, reads the note, be like, they probably left by this point, throws it away.
You just sleep on campus.
Well, I'll just look at Taylor. Do you think we should just go? Taylor, are you awake? Taylor, wake up!
Taylor's fallen knocked out.
Perhaps we ought to go home. What time of day is it?
Let's see.
Oh, right. This is Broznov, so the days last 2 days.
Yeah. You're, let's say, about 5 hours into the day? 6 hours?
I'm thinking, we don't have that much time. We gotta get in that museum.
Well, you've got a whole week. Like,
Still.
you have 3 Broznov days, so...
But that's just our preliminary research. That's not even the heist.
True.
I mean, the heist isn't going to be taking, like, a couple days.
Yeah. Well,
We
so
could
we have a lot
literally
of...
just wait until the last day.
That's true. Persona 5 this...
And
But
we
still,
could
there
always
isn't
just
really much worth in waiting.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just like waiting for the sake of waiting. But if it takes that long to set things up, then
Yeah.
might as well make use of the time.
We
Yeah.
could just keep going down the list. I know you wanted
Yeah.
Ilma, but I don't think it's
That's
gonna
right.
work out.
That's okay. If we get her tomorrow, we get her tomorrow. Or the other ones. Let's just keep going.
Or the
Yeah,
other
so I guess
ones.
we'll just head
What's
down
the
the
one
list, I
that's-
guess.
I mean, what's the one that's having the protests? of the
Oh,
South Arts?
South Arts. That's the
That's
third
South
name on
Arts.
the list. Oh yeah, because if they're protesting, they may not be in class, right? So
Oh, true. Guess we could go there.
true, we could.
I do think that. I mean, I was kind of figuring from the start that South Arts would be our best bet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we can go there next.
Alright, well, you make your way to South Arts, and and similar in a similar kind of appearance. The building, well, not so much. It's more like an I-shaped building, like the capital I, or I guess capital H-shaped building. This one definitely has a lot of the like. It's definitely a lot more mundane looking. This one has pointed tops as its rooftops, so it's more pyramid like in that sense. But yeah, the scholars around here, aside from their nicer looking clothing, don't have any uniforms, so they actually don't really stand out all too much in terms of like their formal wear. So this academy doesn't actually do any like uniforms or anything. It's not a lot of people like going around, but there are some lectures kind of happening, but like it's like with like 4 people, and they're actually outside on the lawn doing lectures, like some of them.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you see professors that are just like outside and they're just kind of like giving dissertations, or they're kind of like doing their lectures like out on the field or on their grass.
Ooh. Okay. You know, in hindsight, we should have asked Tessa what everyone's specialties on this list were. Would have made it maybe a little easier to figure out how to get in contact. Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well.
It's a small oversight. It'll work out.
We'll look for some kind of like information area.
All right. Well, you make your way to the front door, and yeah, there is in similar fashion. It's a smaller little office, and it's empty. But as you approach, you do see like one administrator kind of running around, just kind of doing stuff.
It's me for real.
Yep, panic
Doing
and
it
all. They're
by
like, ah.
themselves, understaffed.
No, they're running around, but they're not. It's not a frantic running around. They're just kind of working. But yeah.
Carl will sort of wander on up. Again, afraid that if he delays too long, a cure will do something regrettable.
Well, you catch the attention of the administrator, and they approach, and they're like, "Oh, what can I do for you? Welcome to the office."
Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. We'd like to speak with one of your professors, if possible.
Oh, well, if they're around, you're well more than welcome to look around. The campus is kind of run amok since, well, for months now, so.
We're on a bit of an errand. Could you point us in the direction of Professor Anson?
Anson, and he like puts up a hand and then starts sifting through like a little like checker thing. It looks like almost like a wheel of like postcards, but it's various names, and that's like sitting on the desk. It's like a small little like almost like a small hamster wheel just kind of sitting there, but it's holding a bunch of like files, or like I said, like business card sized files.
Mm-hmm.
And he flips through. Anson. Here we go. Vermeil?
Yes.
Well, He's either going to be in his classroom, or he's going to be doing one of his lectures outside. A lot of the professors have been doing their things outside as a show of, you know, disagreement with things going on. But I know that a lot of the professors also don't want to, you know, harm the academic process for teaching a lot of these students, so they've gone to doing lectures outside as a form of protest.
Could you give us a description of the professor? Where, like I said, we're on an errand for a friend and they neglected to tell us these important details.
Oh, the professor is, well, it won't be too hard to spot. He's gonna be the very tall elf. It's, yeah. And, yeah. Mind not interrupting his lecture if he's still doing his works. He's a very... how should I put it? He's a very sharp man.
We will listen quietly until he's done, of course.
And, he nods and he kind of says, "Alright, good luck." And, turns back to the... He turns back to just fixing the mess of an office all by himself, which the office is pretty much like, it's not like a mess, but there's like tall stacks of paper everywhere.
Oh no. But yeah, I guess we go out to the lawn.
Yep. And with that, make some perception checks.
Okay. I believe in us. Let's do this.
I don't believe in me for perception. But
Try it
sure.
anyways.
Alright, I'll try it anyway. That's about what I expected.
Hey, a natural 18. 23.
You're as bored.
19 for-
He somehow got her a hold of an application and filling them out.
Good on you, Akira. Think about your education.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, Cor will tuck one of the little applications for this school into his bag.
Let us not grab an application.
No
She
applications.
Still has hers from earlier. 'Cause
You're still holding
she's gonna melt
the.
it when we get back.
You're still
Oh,
holding
never
the other
turn the other one in.
She's
campus.
gonna melt it. Yeah, she's gonna dissolve that shit.
It's paper. You just throw it into a fire.
You could literally ask Akira just to melt it. Her breath is
Yeah, but she
acid
wants,
after
she
us.
wants to dissolve it.
Oh,
Or
She
could
wants to
always
watch
just.
it melt.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, you could just throw it into a fire or something. Or just, like,
she
feed it
wants
to
put it in
Akira.
a bowl and has to watch it disappear.
Fair. Well, you,
Science.
you do walk around, the the lawn, and there's actually quite a few professors who are doing this sort of like outdoor teaching, and so while the sizes may vary in terms of how many students are around, they're not very big. They're very notably small. It's like the most you've seen is like maybe 10 students in like per professor at the most, and at the smallest you've seen like 3 or 4 students per professor. Eventually, though, you do happen to come across a crowd of like 15 students, who happen to be all sort of very closely listening along to what appears to be a notably tall elf. And I mean very, very tall. This is like a 6'2" elf. A very tall dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. That's not that tall.
Elves are shorter than humans in the
I mean,
think
world,
Yeah,
so-
that's true. They're
We're
about
all
the size of
biased.
humans.
We're
I
biased
think
'cause-
our perception's unskewed.
Yeah,
little
that's
bit.
true. Akira's huge, right?
Yeah, I think she's barely shorter than Lavi.
And Cor and Seiza are both like 6'1".
Alright, you guys are also tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Well,
guess
he's
in
short
terms
guy
of
and
size,
not
they're about your height. He's
Yeah.
about your
He
height.
does have short.
Yeah, he has short guy energy, but he's actually tall. Like I said, he comes off as this nerdy guy, but he's a swimmer. He's pretty built. Yeah, Core will sort of wander over there, but sit down, crisscross applesauce with the students and listen.
Well, you sit it in and listen along, and this guy is kind of he's talking about like this work about this what do you call it? He's talking about the works of this old Broznov poet, and so he's kind of breaking down about what he's talking about, and which happens to be this poem that he wrote about back when he was a soldier from long, long ago. This was from the conflict. You kind of gather from what he's talking about. It happens to do with fighting against the oh god, why am I forgetting them? The Bastion Knights. It was a big battle against the Bastion Knights, and the particular poem happens to be from the soldier who had survived fighting against the Knights in this big sea battle. And he goes into detail and he says, okay, so we know about this battle historically, but what's the meaning that this poem is that this poet is trying to convey? He's doing that. It's that English teacher meme of just like the author is talking about the blue curtains. It is like, the symbolism of blue and all this. It's like, no, he's just talking about how the curtains are blue.
He's just
Oh my
trying
God.
to set the scene, Blue
God,
curtains.
don't get me started about the time that my English teacher went on like a 30-minute rant about how this one novel in the 1800s turned out to be about aliens.
It's essentially that, except it's what this guy is doing, except it's a little more. It's a little more philosophical that he's
Grounded?
getting into. No, I wouldn't say grounded. It's more philosophical instead of alien talk.
Yeah.
Different subject
Well,
matter, same.
Akira is disassociating right now.
Core is,
This
Core
man
is
is
taking
speaking
notes.
Greek to you right now.
But it's one of those things where like he's taking notes, but he doesn't totally understand because he missed like the first however much of the lecture, so he's a little lost. He doesn't really even know what poem they're talking about. So it's like, I didn't do the reading. Oopsies.
The one thing you kind of note with this guy is that the administrator could describe him as a very cutting man, and he's kind of on point with that, with the way he talks, and just the way he sort of elaborates on his idea about, essentially the big talk about it is just like discussing about the tragedy of, this conflict was very avoidable, and the miscommunications between Broznov and the Bastion Knights. However, at this time we were training men to be warriors, and the Bastion, while they are, the Bastion are both the protectors of the realm, but they're also the bastards of them as well, and all this and that. And this one scholar kind of comes up and he sort of starts to try and debate in the middle of it. Classic philosophy professor, exactly. But he tries to debate this idea a little bit, and just like, I don't know, it's like what do you think about the the whole idea with the pirates though? Wasn't that the reason why they were fighting? And
Like you're associating more, trying to figure out where the fuck the pirates came from.
yeah, they're. It's a lot. It's a lot of historical. This thing clearly is on a deeper level that requires a lot of like historical background.
Yeah, Core's just like, well, we did meet the Bastion Knights, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. They're
Pretty sure I got a sword.
pull
for
a
one of
Plato
them.
and just start flexing in the middle of debates. Exactly, Zeta.
Yeah.
No, but so one of the scholars tries to debate this, and not only does this professor like shut him down, but he also pretty much just insults the guy as he's doing it. And he's just like, really, if you're going to continue debating on this idea, then clearly you need to go back to, like, you need to go back into researching in the 101 course. I'm failing you for this course for the day, by the way. Come back with a new paper and a new dissertation next week.
Jesus.
And then after making an ass out of that student, he then dismisses the class. And then, expectedly, he turns to you guys, and rather than greet you guys, he's just like, well, what is it?
Good
Akira's still
afternoon.
dissociating.
Thank you for your lecture today, Professor. Very informative.
I know you're not here for my lectures, and I'm not going to bother with prancing around some formalities. What are you here for?
Do you know Miss Tessa?
Tessa? Ah, yes, I know the girl.
Yes, we are good friends and neighbors. I won't waste too much of your time. We are independent learners looking to further our studies, and we would like to visit the Museum of Wonders, Zanian's Museum of Wonders, but the entrance fee is too exorbitant. We are hoping to get a sponsor.
No. And then he just turns away.
Damn.
What if I told you we had an artifact from the Bastion Knights?
An artifact from the Bastion Knights.
Indeed.
Are you
Seems
attempting...
quite topical.
You think you're attempting to dissuade me in my stance by taking some sort of, oh, I don't know, some useless bauble, some supposed uphold prick end from across the islands to try and convince me into some layman sponsorship so you can go to your fun house of a museum?
Those are pretty big words. I just thought you might be curious to look at something interesting from history. But my apologies if that's not something that you're into.
No, never mind. Apologies. I make poor first impressions, unfortunately, and, mentioning the name of, that girl just reminded me of some terrible things. In any case, my apologies on you being neighbors with her. What are you talking about in regards to this artifact?
Well, we had a run-in with the Bastion Knights recently, and my friend here has received the boon of their favor.
A favor from the knights?
Indeed. And we're willing to show it to you for academic purposes in exchange for a measly sponsorship to this so-called funhouse museum.
Well, very well. I suppose you have piqued my interest a little. What is this boon, then?
Alligatela.
I'll pull out the sword.
Yippee!
Freaking might as well
Yee,
draw
a
it.
sword!
Well, he looks over
Saber
at the
from
sword.
Captain Cassie.
I see. Cavalry captain. Antiquated. Huh. Junk. But, I suppose it might be valuable to someone. So where'd you pick this off of? An old dead body, or...?
No, a ship captain gifted it to me.
A ship captain? Well, I suppose it's, that is some sort of, that is some sort of, thing worth of merit. The poem is me, I'm the main character. Yes! Oh god. Sorry, just got sidetracked by chat. Yep, that's a sword.
Yeah.
It's,
Have you heard of the Knights of the Blue Rose?
Ah, yes. The Bastion's parasites. I know plenty about them. And unfortunately, they're the only people with a brain cell or two in those heads. Not really worthy of my level of discussion, though. Much like this one.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We'll Appreciate your sponsorship, my good professor.
Why exactly are you going in for that sponsorship? It's clear to me you lot aren't intellectuals looking to get enrichment from some wild-eyed beholder.
Now that's hardly fair. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover, Professor.
No, however, I can tell by the group of you that none of you really seem to come closest to fit the idea of someone who would be looking to get enriched in understanding Broznov's culture. For example, you yourself are clearly, and sizes you up, a farmhand who has definitely have seen a little bit more than enough of Broznov to fit one day. A crocodilian of some sort of dragonborn who's definitely not, hopefully has been at least gotten some acquaintances with modern etiquette, and clearly someone who I wouldn't trust near my own coin purse. Looks over at Taylor.
Akira just kind of like shakes her disassociation to look at him.
And you don't believe that people can rise above what they are, Professor?
I believe people are too stupid to realize that.
And so you would deny us the chance to try?
It would save both you and me the trouble. However, given that you are associates of Tessa and my idiot brother, then I suppose that it's at least worth entertaining you lot for that much.
If it makes you feel better, I'm pretty sure Akira thinks your brother is an idiot too.
Well, for once I can agree with you guys.
But it would be nice to know something about Broznov, considering I lived here.
Of course.
Let me guess. You've grown up on the streets, or perhaps even the sewers, and you've nary a knowledge of even the sun. Well, I suppose then I'd be doing you some service in allowing that.
She just kind of looks at him. She just kind of like... It's probably the first time that it's like she winces at that, but not because it's true. It's more just like, man, I wish that was true.
Well, in either
Enough that I've
case...
never seen the real sun.
It's true. In either case, I suppose in that sort of respect, I can at least help in that. One thing though, for the time being, I would like to hold on to the sword as collateral.
Oh.
Sure.
Collateral for what? If I may ask, Professor, we're just taking a trip to a museum.
A trip to museum can be really anything. And while Tessa may not be good at judging character, I happen to have a functioning pair of eyes, and much even in a functioning brain, unlike my worthless brother. So I can at the very least attach something to you lots in case something goes wrong and it comes back to me. Do I make myself clear?
I suppose we'll take our trip to the museum and then we'll come back for the sword.
No, don't worry about that. It'll be back in Tessa's hand in time. I have a mind to step in and speak with my worthless brother at some point, so you'll have your sword in due time. Now, in the meantime, I'll come join you to sponsor you into the museum.
Oh, you'll join us, how delightful!
Oh, it's not good. I won't be joining you for the tour.
Okay, yeah, because I think Core for once doesn't look that enthused by the idea. He's like, this guy is kind of mean.
He's an asshole, I know.
Yeah.
I had each of the professors I had certain inspirations and of what kind of character they would be.
Man, I wonder.
This one is definitely totally not Dr. Ratio in any regard.
I wonder.
He's gonna start throwing fucking chalk at us.
This man throws he throws chalk at one of his students for answering incorrectly. They explode.
But to be fair, at least Dr. Ratio appreciates people trying to expand their knowledge. This guy's
Which
just
is
like, nah.
probably the only
like,
reason why we're getting this.
He has enough, like,
Uh,
kindness to at the very least say yes. But he is a little suspicious.
I mean, fair enough.
He's a little suspicious of you guys for approaching him. But yeah, he's very much just pretty much more or less the doctor
We're not gonna
ratio
be
of
doing anything
Broznov.
for 2 days.
Sorry, Taylor.
I mean, she's fine.
Your sword. Your new sword.
She's not attached to a sword. Like, yeah, it's cool, but it's not gonna be attached to it.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to do, or
No, we should get out of this guy's hair. Also, Cord doesn't want to be near this guy anymore. He's mean.
he's rude? He's rude.
When are we?
And Akira just like,
Are we,
meh.
He'll meet you guys
when are we
there
gonna meet
whenever.
in the-
Oh,
I'd like to do that.
the tour?
Yeah,
We can do the tour today.
as soon as we can.
Yeah,
Sure.
probably should.
I was thinking we might want to wait for Fibble, but we could do it.
Oh, you mean like?
You know what? That's fair.
The museum tour, yeah.
Why don't we put a
That
pin
is
on that
fair.
then, so that way we don't have too much, because we already have quite a bit
Yeah.
for Fibble to catch up on. And
Yeah.
Sorry, Fibble, your D&D homework.
D&D homework.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, but evil. Truly a rude dude. Well, alright. Then we'll put a cap on there, and we'll say for next session you guys meet with Anson, with Professor Anson at the museum, where he will sponsor you guys.
Yay! I can't wait. I'm so
Hooray! She's gonna
excited.
call us
I
a
can't wait for-
moron again.
I can't
Well,
wait for
Akira's
him to think
used to
even
it.
less of a group with drunk mom over here.
Oh,
He,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he calls everybody dumb.
Yeah?
I mean, he called his own student an idiot and then failed them
Uh-huh.
for being an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, to be fair, that student
There's
gave me the
everyone
vibe of
understood.
like the students who like try too hard to push up against the professor's lecture in class, and everyone else is just like groaning, like, "Can you just take notes and shut up? Save that for like your essay or something.
Oh,
Why are
bruh.
you doing this right now?"
Man, that reminds me when I
Yeah.
was
Brother, this guy sucks.
oh, brother, this guy stinks. Yeah. But yeah, it reminds me of I had for one of my history classes I had to take this one student who he just had an absolute, like, I don't know where he got this absolute disdain for the professor, because he didn't really like, they didn't really have like a disagreement or anything, but like I guess he said something and it just like ticked this kid off, and he was like, I remember one time he was just, it was after class and he was just absolutely like throwing a tantrum outside the class.
Oh my god.
I'm like, dude, are you okay?
Yeah, in a couple of my courses, there was this one guy who, in design classes, you have to do critiques a lot, where like you put your work up, and you like sort of talk about what's good and what's bad. And the professors always give really good critique. There's this one kid who constantly always pushed back against the critiques, but in like the stupidest ways that like didn't make any sense. He was just like obviously trying to defend himself in a pointless way, because it's not supposed to be insulting. It's a critique. It's supposed to help you.
Yeah.
But it was like so
Yeah.
agonizing. It's like, just shut up and take the critiques. They're valid. Just learn from this.
Just accept it. Just be cool with it, bro.
And they're always so nice about it too, so it's not like you're getting cut down. It's just like, you should try this next time, or I see what you're intending to do, it didn't work out, maybe this. And he was just like, every time he's be like, no, that's not what I meant to do, and I think you're wrong. And it's like, oh god, stop.
Lord.
Please stop.
Alright, I'm gonna send us off. I'm gonna go ahead and raid
Okay.
blue, and then I will end the sesh officially. Yeah, this is a nice kind of return for
Yeah.
Broznov. Didn't do too much, but at least we kind of got back into our characters a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And,
did it.
Next week, same day. Same day work for everybody.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
People
Cool.
seem to say that Wednesdays were good, at least
Yeah.
for next week. So.
And if not, we can always, we can make changes because we still got time. But yeah,
Woohoo.
hopefully we'll try and do more even after summer so we can get this going along. But yeah, anyways,
Yay.
gonna sign off on this for now, and we'll be back next week. See ya.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.